Hi, I'm John, welcome to the gun shop, and today we're going to be having a look at this, the Haenel Jaeger 8.11. So inside your unassuming cardboard box is a lot of foam. It's quite a nice system actually. Instead of having a foam lid, you have these foam brackets. You have to take these out and it reveals the Haenel 8.11, the Jaeger 8 essentially. There's two models of Jaeger 8. There's a Jaeger 8.11 and a Jaeger 8.10. As it's laid out on the front here, the Jaeger 8.10 is a combination gun, so we'll have a shotgun with a rifle or two rifles and so on and so forth. The Jaeger 11 is a straight up double rifle. They give you some Allen keys to adjust your gun. They give you a sort of a proofish certificate, and they give you a manual in German, which is extremely Haenel. So you have to be pretty good at German to figure this out. Out of the box it comes. What a beauty. Before we get into the meat of this gun, I'm going to apologise. There is literally no information in English and very little in other languages on this gun. So this is going to be quite a diet review. So we're going to start with a aesthetic look over. At the back is a small, not particularly soft recoil pad. The fact it's a 9.3 74R and it weighs all of about 7 pounds, I would have really appreciated something a bit softer. You have a nice raised flat cheek piece with a single bevel on the end there, and it's actually really nicely done. The stock is walnut. It's very cleanly made. However, being a Haenel, they haven't put a luxury oil finish on it. Haenel is owned by Merkel, so they're not going to put this up against their Merkel double rifles. They put quite a thick, hard finish on there. It's not going to wash off, but probably the first thing I'd do to this gun is have it refinished or re-oiled. The checkering is very coarse laser cut and is extremely practical. Wood over. Also comes fitted with a sling swivel. That's nice. The action and barrels are blacked in a non-glared matte black finish. And we'll come back and talk about the action operation in a second. The forend is a similar finish to the stock and is on a pull back release. This pulls back, the forend pulls off, and it comes apart very much similar to an over and under shotgun. This gun is a non-ejector. There is no top lever stop on this, so when you put it together, push the top lever across, hook the gun into the joint, and it will just sit down like that. So the engineering quality on this thing is absolutely superb. Every single operation on here is just beautiful. Every piece of the action and the barrels, the important working parts are absolutely amazing. So you kind of forgive the lack of excitement they've put into the finish. So, how does it work? Quite simply, you push the top lever across, you put in two 9.3 by 74R bullets, which we'll go into in a second, into your gun. You close the gun up. You have 3 fibre optic beads on the back and 1 red fibre optic bead on the front. The rear sight is windage adjustable with an Allen key. The foresight is height adjustable with an Allen key and is sprung loaded as well. You address your target, and when you're ready, you push the safety off. The safety on this gun actually cocks the gun as well, like all these things. But unlike some of the other Haenels and Merkels, you don't push forward to take off. There is a button purely built off the fact this gun has a lot of recoil, so you don't want it kicking off of safe between shots. The triggers are actually extremely crisp, but they do weigh in at about 4 3/4 pounds, which is a fair amount. But due to the fact they are superbly crisp, you don't worry too much. It is non-selectable, but you don't particularly need that. This gun is calibrated at 80 yards, according to the paperwork in the box, which is, or 80 meters, sorry, according to the paperwork in the box. However, from the look of the ring on the front, this might be adjustable with new rings, a little bit like the Browning is. The mounts are standard Haenel Jaeger mounts with that little recoil block in the back, and you can get some nice quick detachable options for that. You can even get some peep-through ones, but they are immensely expensive, so I'd probably avoid those. The trigger is the final thing I will talk about. It is extremely thin, blacked, and is probably the show of the most finesse on this entire gun. It's beautiful, and like all things, I suppose beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So before we talk about what this gun is for, we're going to talk about the ammunition. 9.3 by 74R, a round bigger than your finger, was built by the Europeans to sort of compete directly with the Holland & Holland 375. It's extremely big. It's a very, very useful all-round caliber. These particular ones are a 285 grain projectile. You can get 9.3s anywhere from about 210 all the way up to, you know, well into the 300 mark. The 9.3 can be used anything from Roe in a lighter load, and although people will probably say it's too much, I've seen Roe shot with it. Actually, it didn't do quite as much damage as a fired up 243, which really surprised me. All the way up to Dangerous Game, Plains Game in Africa, Wild Boar, the works. So it's actually a fairly versatile round inside of about 150 meters. Like anything that heavy, you are going to be very limited at range. So what is this gun for? This is a really entry level over and under double rifle. It's not too expensive. It's a great way into the market. It's a gun you're not going to have to worry too much about if you do have to use it. It is a user's gun. Everything about it is still just as refined as everything more expensive in the double rifle market. However, you don't have that same engraving, the same finesse of wood that you're going to worry about taking this on a sling, marching through the woods trying to find a big fallow, or going through Africa, smashing through some thorn bushes and enjoying yourself. There is nobody who has touched this gun in the shop whilst it's been here that hasn't fallen in love with it 100%. They've sent this gun down to us to review purely because I saw it in their clearance list and it was one of the last ones they had. I genuinely just wanted to have a play with it. We're not allowed to shoot it, unfortunately, but it is just an awesome thing. And everyone who's touched it in the shop, every member of staff, has fallen in love with it. It's got the same charm as a Kiplau. You know, it is a really old school rifle, apart from the fact it's got a lot of modern technology in it. It's small, it's nice, it's a stalker's rifle, and that does it for me. Apart from the fact that it's gonna kick a lot. And as much as it might be suitable for Roe, I probably wouldn't shoot it at one. Many thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time.